What's the name of your center?
Shiloh
Shiloh
Wellness Center. So, Jolene, again, another question. If I decide to look, should I look at you or look at the camera? Oh, gosh, okay, I need to remember.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Talk with Becky. Thank you so much for joining me. So today I have a lovely lady here with me that is going to help us digest a topic that I will introduce later. But first, let me welcome the lovely Lauren.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for coming to Talk with Becky.
You are welcome. Thank you for asking me to join you.
Please. This has been one of the, I don't know how many times we've tried.
It's been hard to get here, but we finally made it.
We are here. You are here. Yes, thank you so much. So today we are talking about child's development. All right. So I have been working with children for a while, and for a long time I've been wanting to do something related with children. So I was like, why not, talk about the development of a child and invite people that can help me, discuss this topic. And today I have the lovely Lauren to help me with this topic, and because she is someone who works with children at school, I don't want to give more juices on that one. I want her to tell us everything about what she does and who she is. So, Madam Lauren, what do you do?
Okay, so I think you know a little bit about me. My name's Lauren. It's actually a mouthful. It's Lauren Camille Ituse Njungu, but everybody just calls me Lauren.
Okay.
It's easier. So I studied psychology at the University of Zambia, and I'm currently working at a school as well-being and mentoring and counseling. I feel like I'm juggling different hats, but that's with children from early years, so EYD, all the way to A-levels. So it's quite a wide range.
Wow.
So there's a bit of counseling, a bit of assessments as well. Career guidance a little bit as well. Lots of parent conversations and behavioral issues. So that's a little bit about what I do.
No, while you're talking about this, it just dawned on me that there are a lot of young people that are actually doing things like this, and that is really amazing. What you're doing is really amazing. So now, with your journey, I don't know how long you've been in this field, and the fact that you are from early years to
A-levels.
Yeah, like how is that? Like how do you get to navigate that?
It is a challenge because ideally you should have like one counselor to 500 students, which is also not ideal, but we kind of juggle that and manage it. So for me, what works is just having days. So maybe the first day is focusing on EYD and EYD cases. Another day is just for primary and another day for secondary. That helps a little bit. But what helps as well is the school is in the same location. It's in the same area. So you're still interacting with each and every child, even though you've got specific days. So that kind of helps.
Okay. And from your experience, what has been like a challenge that you faced with either one of the students or one of the children? Like something that you're like, oh, this is quite tricky for me to deal with.
Okay. So, which is actually like a current case. There is a particular child, you've got children who there's something wrong. So maybe most of referrals come from either the parents, a teacher, or sometimes the child themselves or their friends. So this particular child, the teachers have noticed that, I think this child needs to chat a little bit. They're not the same, or there are some telltale signs, and even their parents. But then now actually engaging that particular child, if they don't, especially with teenagers, if they don't see that there is an issue, then that's like a challenge. So even if she comes for sessions, she's just there like sitting, and I'll ask her, how's been your day? Fine. And so it's like a bit hard to break in. And I think what makes it harder is if the parents are also not engaged. So like for this particular child, the father has seen that, my child maybe needs some extra support. But then it's just too busy and also not engaging. So it's easier maybe if parents are also encouraging the child, like, okay, no, this is good for you. But then if the child themselves don't see the need and the parents are not engaging, it's a challenge to work with that child.
I can imagine. So from where you work from and how you are able to, incorporate with parents, do you sometimes work with just neurotypical children or also maybe neurodivergent or what we call special needs children?
Yeah, so I work particularly with neurotypical, so the average. But because as a school, we have brought in the Department of SANE, so the special education needs. And slowly I am learning to also work with those, mostly in primary. Primary and early years, because that's when you start to see these little things. Again, secondary, you will see them, but they are good at hiding. And there's this thing of young people don't want to be separated from their friends. So even just recently, when there are exams, obviously Cambridge has that exception that a child would maybe need a scribe, they'll need a writer. Cambridge, by the way, is very helpful when it comes to exams and these children. So there are all these that they like this extra time, they can write in a different room if they've got ADHD and all these things. So there's this particular child already. Her teachers had noticed, like, okay, this child, there is something. So we did like a quick assessment, and she had done an assessment before, but her parents didn't tell her what the assessment was for. So now when exams have come, and slowly we've been working with her during the term and asking her, like, okay, during the exam, you get some extra support. So you have extra time and a scribe. So a scribe is just somebody who writes for the child. So they are going to, the child will explain what they need to write. It just takes a bit longer, but there's that exception. Anyway, so this child was supposed to be doing that. And the first time when we tried it, she was not happy at all about, because then even their friends are asking, like, how come you're going? And you know, sometimes teenagers can be quite silly, because then they would be asking me, oh, Miss Lauren, can I also come? I also need extra support, and they don't really need it.
It's
so
just because the friend is with someone.
So now we're slowly adjusting, and I think Cambridge has also been helpful in setting the guidelines. So as soon as you get a diagnosis or you're knowing that the child might need extra support, you already start working on that child, working with them, and I think also inform. So it's a lot of psychoeducation as well to explain, like, you are a little different, but we're all different. And this is the extra support that you need, because it would be unfair for us to grade you the same way everybody's been graded. So I think for me, I'm learning now to work with those children. It's quite new. I only started it this year. So
No, I like the fact that you're saying that Cambridge kind of gives them a space where they can actually, take their taste or take the taste itself at the level that they're able to understand. I feel like that's something that most schools should engage, because sometimes you think a child doesn't know, but they actually do know. But the fact that they're in a setup where it's a little bit difficult for them to, to be able to express themselves, and also there are other kids, someone's already finished in 30 minutes, and it's hard for them to really just comprehend and explain things the way the teacher wants them. But if they have someone to help them, I think that would work best. I hope many schools will be able to do that. So from there, I think I want to ask you this before we get to what you are now, there's something else that I want to talk about. But I want to ask you, what made you do, study this and get into this field, being a counselor and, all these things that you're doing now?
Okay, so initially it's an interesting story, because I didn't know about psychology per se. I wanted to go to a university and do social work. So I think from a long time, I've always known I would like to work with children and vulnerable people. I am inclined to that already. So it was easy, I guess, easier for me to choose social work, because it was quite close. But interestingly, I graduated a year early. And UNZA were having this program where if you graduated, you could join them, but you wouldn't be on BC. Already me, I didn't want to go to UNZA, obviously. In my head, I was going to go to America and had these options. So my sister says, just try and apply. So me, I was already, when you're a teenager, so you're like, no, me, I'm not going to UNZA. So she applied for me, and she applied for direct entry, which didn't have social work. I didn't even know what that meant. Anyway, I got accepted. My mom was like, while you're still doing this America business, just go to UNZA. I'm like, okay, fine. In my head, I'm still going to go to America. So I ended up going to UNZA. And when I got there, I wasn't in the school of social work, because that's what you needed to apply to. So my sister was like, anyway, pick 4 courses, and you're going to eventually drift into social work. You have to write to the dean and explain to them why you want to change and all that. So that was fine. But when it came to time to actually write to the dean, they had like this criteria. Why do you want to change?
Yeah.
Did you not know that you're going to? And it was like a whole process.
Yeah.
And at that point, I had started doing psychology, which was just like one of the courses that I was doing.
Okay.
But once I started doing it, I liked it because they'd given us like the course outline, and I thought, okay, no, I think the beauty with this is I can work with different people.
It's true.
So it's not just vulnerable people, but I could work with children, I could work with adults, I can work in a hospital, I can work in a bank, I can work in an organization. So it's quite diverse.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what? Instead of going through that hassle of explaining why I applied for the wrong thing, I'll just stick to psychology. So I ended up doing that, and it was really, really good.
And you don't regret it now?
Not at all. And then in my fourth year, you had to pick like which one you would major into. So I liked counseling just from the interactions. I guess even my lecturer. So that was an easy pick for me to go down that route.
Oh, that's nice. Have you counseled someone who is older?
Yes.
Oh.
Firstly, disclaimer. Okay, let me not put any disclaimer, but I did counsel someone and they had to do like an assessment and it was a wrong diagnosis. But thank God for supervision because they were like, my friend, this diagnosis. But yes, I have done adults, not my favorite. I would rather not do them. I think the oldest I would do like maybe young adults in the 20s, but adults have got my reservations.
Yeah, I understand. So now we want to go to what you do. There's something you do. I'm trying to remember the name. Is it, you are a co-founder of
Shiloh
Wellness Center. How did that come about, and why did you think of having a center like that?
Okay, so working in a school, I've realized that there are a lot of children that need extra mental, emotional support.
Okay.
But in the school, we are not going to give them that 45 minutes attention because their primary goal is to learn. They haven't come here for sessions. Yes. Realizing that even though they're not coming here for sessions, their emotional well-being is affecting their academics and it's affecting every other aspect of their life, their social life and everything else. So my friend and I, Emily, wanted a safe place for young people to express themselves as well. And a lot of counseling places focus on adults. Which is understandable. They're the ones with the money and they're the ones with the problems. Yes. Young people don't have the problems. But I think being exposed to young people and hearing how the adults' problems actually affect them. Yes. And adults always think, no, like if we're getting a divorce, it's just us.
Yeah.
But when you have children, they're also being affected. If you want to move, it's not just you moving, it's you and your children. Yeah. So there are a lot of things that the children are also going through, which the adults are going through, but there isn't that space for them to actually express themselves, heal, and also have therapy maybe at their level, because most is just talking. With young people, it's not always talking that works. So we thought, it would be nice to have a safe space for young people to come and learn about their well-being, their emotional well-being, and also maybe learn from others, because we do have some group sessions as well. So. Nice. Yeah, just a safe space for young people.
No, that's great. And this is it just only for young people, or they can have their parents come over? Like, how are these therapies conducted?
Okay, so we do have, it's primarily just for young people.
Okay.
But if there are sessions that we need the parents to come, so every third session, parents would come for maybe like an update.
Okay.
And sometimes they need to do their homework in the session. Okay. So maybe let's talk, there's something that's going on, there's grief, right? And we have given this child homework that they need to do a grief box. So they're putting all the memories of their loved ones and putting sentimental things in that box. But then they haven't done it at home because mom and dad are too busy. So, mom and dad, you have to come and do it now because it helps the child as well. But we're also realizing that now we need to do a bit more parenting as well and family-oriented things. So some things that we're getting is also communication. So example, divorce, which is a big one. Parents are divorcing but are not communicating to this child and they think the child doesn't know. These children,
they know things.
Firstly, they know things and they are nosy. Like your phones, your conversations. I'm like, oh my God, how did you hear it?
They know stuff.
I heard it from mom.
Wow.
So we're like, okay, there's also something that we need to do, I guess, maybe with communication, something around their parenting as well that would be helpful for the child.
Yeah.
So slowly, we are bringing in adults.
Okay.
But with the child, though, we are thinking, okay, maybe we should keep the adults separate, but we're still figuring that out.
Okay, no, that's great. And where are you found? If someone was like, okay, I have like a teenager who I want to, come for therapy or sessions, where are you found and how can they get hold of you?
Okay, so we are found online. One, so one of like the co-founders, Emily, who also does quite a lot of therapy, is in the UK. So that's a bit of a challenge. But online is one, and then two, we do house visits or house calls. So then we would come to your place. But sometimes some people are not too comfortable. So we have specific locations or partnerships with different places that we would use their setting as well. So it depends also where the family or child are, and then we can advise and say, okay, maybe we'll meet somewhere in mass media or in Kalundu.
Okay, so if they were to search for you on social media, kindly say the name of the center, so that if they say to you, maybe they might find the contact details as well, and maybe a website if there is, but if not, a contact detail might be more helpful at this point. Okay,
so it is Shiloh Wellness Center.
All right.
Yeah.
No, I hope that you were able to get that, because I think the more I'm also found with kids, and now at this point I'm not only found with special needs children. I've also been around neurotypical, and I realized that kids actually need more help. They do need help. They do need to learn how to be more expressive and just a little bit of confidence. And sometimes we think, oh no, he's just shy. No, maybe there's something at home that is happening, or maybe it's just around, the other students. He just doesn't have this, that vibrant, energy, and he needs a little bit of push, or something is happening really. So I think it's a very great idea what you're doing, both at school and this, new center. And I hope that we are able to find ways as young people, especially, that we can, help children and do our part in helping them. So I would want to ask one last question, or maybe two. What has been one of your wow moments, like something that stood out for you when you're working with either at the center, your own center, or at school?
Okay, a wow moment is having a child who was low self-esteem, introverted, or we think they were introverted, but after some sessions, like you had mentioned, they just needed a bit of a push, a bit of guidance on how to express themselves and how to manage and express their emotions, and seeing how that child just blossoms. And you see it, especially in the school, even in the academics, like you're like, this child who never used to do anything, now they're there, even performing during assembly, and you're like, So I think that's like a wow moment.
Yeah, I can imagine that. That sounds really good. It does. So is there anything that you would want to share with the people out there? In this case, let me say parents or guardians, when it comes to dealing with children who may have some things going on, or they're battling with some issues, especially in this case, teenagers. What would you want to, encourage parents, or say something that you feel like maybe they might be lacking?
Communication. I think as adults, we need to learn how to communicate with teens. There's actually a book, I probably should have brought it, that says how to talk to teens so that they can listen.
Okay.
And it's been very helpful in the school, because we used it with some of the teachers. And just learning how to communicate at the level, especially teens, and then for children also, how do you communicate with them? There's a saying, I can't remember his name, but he says, children's language is play, and toys are their words. So it helps. It's like for adults, we need to learn we're learning a new language in communicating with young people, whether it's through play and toys, but even with teenagers, how do you communicate with them? Nowadays, they're very assertive as well. Sunday, we had there was a competition. And you know those, in our days, you wouldn't tell an adult to stand up from their seat so that you can sit. So one of my workmates, he went to get a seat because there are not enough chairs. And he got a child seat and he sat. And the child came and said, excuse me, that's my chair. Huh?
Yeah, no, not us, not the 90s.
So what no, listen, you did actually get their chair, but also how do you communicate? So they started going at it, and the child was like, but I'm just being polite to you, but us were just like, those days, would you ever tell an adult? So I think it's learning how to communicate with teenagers. It's something that we all need to learn. Even me, I'm still learning, because some things they say and I'm just like, I'm not your friend. But
also maybe while you will learn how to communicate and have like healthy boundaries. Because they should be a boundary. You know, because you want them to be expressive, but also they should learn that, okay, even though I'm being expressive to this person, they're older than me, I should still respect them while they're also respecting me.
That's a really good, because and they will push boundaries. So I think it's having that balance of communicating and listening to them, but like you're saying, having that boundary, like no, we are not age mates. I am coming down to your level, but even you should also understand that I am the adult here. So no, that's really nice. Well, while you're saying this, and I'm thinking about the many things that I want to do related with children, and I think one of them is the fact that I want to have more like a workshop or something, a training where we can have parents have an interaction with them and find ways. And the way you're telling me about your experiences and what you're doing, it's just confirming that I actually need to do this. Because it's like every day, with the way things are, social media, it's really important as adults, we get to understand how we can communicate with the young ones, teenagers and children in general, so that we can, have like, I don't know, healthier adults, more healthier than we are, but I'm really grateful that you are here, and I don't know, maybe we can do this more. I think we might call you again, because yes, please.
We are going to be doing this more often. All right. Thank you so much for coming through. It's been an honor.
You're welcome.
I think I will also just need your number and some few details so that we can add, for our viewers.
Okay, that's totally fine.
No, thank you for coming to Talk with Becky.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, thank you so very much for joining me. It's been amazing, and the next few episodes will be talking more about these things. Children with special needs. Counseling, and people who are having these schools or special needs schools that are able to help children with different kind of challenges. So please continue to subscribe to my YouTube and all my other social media platforms. Share these videos, invite your friends, so that we can all learn how best we can help children reach their full potential. This has been Talk with Becky, and in the house I had the lovely Lorena.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. Until next time. Bye.